breeding season of the Baya weavers is during the monsoons. The breeding condition is initiated by environmental characters such as day length and comes to an end late in summer. This post-reproductive photorefractoriness, in which photoperiodic birds cease to respond reproductively to the stimulation of long days, can end spontaneously without having been exposed to short days for 4 to 6 months. Unlike temperate birds, they nest in colonies typically of up to 20 to 30, close to the source of food, nesting material and water. Baya weavers are best known for the elaborately woven nests constructed by the males. These are sparrow-sized, 15 centimeters, 5.9 in, and in their non-breeding plumage, both males and females resemble female house sparrows. They have a stout conical bill and a short square tail. Non-breeding males and females look very similar: dark brown streaked fulvous buff above, plain whitish fulvous below, eyebrow long and buff-colored, bill is horn-colored and no mask. Breeding males have a bright yellow crown, dark brown mask, blackish brown bill, upper parts are dark brown streaked with a yellow breast and cream buff below. Baya weavers are social and gregarious birds. They forage in flocks for seeds, both on the plants and on the ground. They are known to glean paddy and other grain in harvested fields, and occasionally damage ripening crops and are therefore sometimes considered as pests. They roost in reed beds bordering water bodies. They depend on wild grasses such as guinea grass, Panicum maximum, as well as crops like rice for both their food, feeding on seedlings in the germination stage as well as on early stages of grain and nesting material. They also feed on insects, including butterflies, sometimes taking small frogs, geckos and mollusks, especially to feed their young. Their seasonal movements are governed by food availability. Their calls are a continuous chit-chit dash, sometimes ending in a wheezy chee-ee that is produced by males in a chorus. A lower intensity call is produced in the non-breeding season. Es. These pendulous nests are retort-shaped, with a central nesting chamber and a long vertical tube that leads to a side entrance to the chamber. The nests are woven with long strips of paddy leaves, rough grasses and long strips torn from palm fronds. Each strip can be between 20 and 60 centimeters, 7.9 and 23.6 in length. A male bird is known to make up to 500 trips to complete a nest. Local names: Baya, Bayachiria, Sugarin, Thukanankarubi. Baya weaver birds are colonial breeders, meaning they often build nests close together in clusters. This behavior offers some protection against predators but also heightens competition for mates. Once the breeding season ends, their old nests, no longer useful to the weavers, become shelters for smaller bird species such as munias and silverbills. Despite their apparent resilience, the Baya weaver birds' reliance on specific habitats and materials makes them vulnerable to environmental changes. Young birds leave the nest in juvenile plumage, which is replaced in their first molt after about 4 to 6 months. The young disperse to new locations not far from their nest, and young have been located up to 2 kilometers away from their origin. 42. Females are capable of breeding after a year while males take half a year longer. Prior to breeding they go through a prenuptial molt. Adults also go through a second molt after breeding, and thus there are 2 molts each year.